All right, guys, good morning. We just had our formations get released for us. A lot of questions directed at me in DMs and Alliance about what all is involved in the formations. I know there's a lot there. It could be kind of confusing, so I'm going to try to clear some of the stuff up for you guys. Haven't really stopped and thought about how I'm going to order this video, so I'm going to just jump right into it. And first things first, we got your island battle. You want to make sure you rush both of these every day. Or finish those, however you want to do them. And we're going to go to our store. You'll see they've added the formation supply crate in here. You can buy 10 of them a day for 600. I would say that for right now, that's going to be a priority one. You want to make sure that you're buying those daily. And I'm going to just go ahead and open my inventory and show you these. So use it to get universal formation or a chance to get shark, hologram, or shark resonator. So you can see here, it doesn't show the main drop rate, but you have 12% chance to get a hologram, 2% chance to get a resonator, and the other 86% is going to be just to get a shark formation. So let's open these up, and we got, so I guess it's a 100% chance that you get the formation universal formation guide. We got 10 of those, and then we also got one shark hologram. Used to advance formation shark. All right. We also have an event going on up here. You got your daily login, event rewards, and your frenzied shark. So I'm going to say that it's probably going to be worth it to do this. I'm getting a lot of extra stuff for this new formation, which is going to be very strong, and we'll talk about why that is going to be. So I'll probably buy this. Probably be worth it for you guys to do it too. A lot of extra free stuff in here. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Got one shark resonator required for specialization levels. Okay, so a lot of extra stuff in here we can get. Definitely going to be worth it for that $20 if you're a low to medium spender, and we'll go into why. Okay, so your formations, it's going to be this building over here, the formation center. You're going to go ahead and click in here, and you'll see a whole new thing up here. You'll see the amount of CP that you're getting from it, and the CP is going to increase quickly. So if you're planning on transferring somewhere, or you're worried about your CP, just tread carefully with this. If you click the little up button, you can see everything you can upgrade. You can upgrade the formations, formation tiers, specialization, and the formation tech. Now the formation tech is the old formation tech that we used to have. It's been rolled all into one. We'll go over that. Specialization is going to be between the shark and the scorpion formations, looks like. There's some gems and gold in there, so I don't know if we're going to have to pay gems and gold to switch back and forth or upgrade them. Not sure how that's going to look now, but for right now, all we have is the shark. We're going to work with the shark first. And that's something else that might be worthwhile. It's for us to look into, see how long down the road we're going to get the scorpion. Is it going to be better? Is it going to be better for some people? Should you hold out on anything? But it looks like all of the formation upgrades are either universal or specific anyways, so not going to make much of a difference. Now, if you click on each one of these, it'll take you to it. So if we go to formation upgrade, you'll see here we have our formation tier level 1. It looks like it upgrades every 5 levels, so I've upgraded the first 4. It'll tell you what it's going to increase from 4 to 5 on each of the slots. So we have slot 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, which is the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 right here in the shark formation. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this since I have enough, and chunk of power, and you'll see here in the shark formation now we have 25% attack for each of those slots and 2% damage increase. And if we upgrade it to level 6, we'll get another 5% attack, and it'll stay at 2% damage increase. The other thing to note in here is you can actually upgrade specific spots in your formation. So these resonators, they look like they're going to be super rare. It takes a lot of them to upgrade, and you have to get to level 5 to get this blaze reinforcement that attacks with 100% damage instantly. So that is going to be a big investment and you're going to want to be really careful about which slot you put it in. It's going to change based on your main march, what you're using, what heroes you're using, who you're going against, which one of these units is most likely to get taken out first, and you want to get replaced to add in that 100% damage. So I would definitely hold on to those resonators for right now until we get a much better look at that, because that's going to be very important, and that's looking like the whaley side of the formations, where whales are probably going to be spending a ton of money, but maybe the normal person will not. You can also buy formation upgrades out of the value pack store right now, $5 for 10. Not sure whether that's a great deal or not. You're going to get 10 a day free anyways. It's probably going to be enough for the normal person. If you want to spend an extra 5 and double it every day, you can do that. Not sure if I would necessarily advise that. Maybe if you want to make a quick bump up before EL, but probably not worth it. All right, on the side here, you can see we have our formations. So this is our old formations. If you click on the side here, you can see, so this was our old fortified formation. Still have the exact same items we need to increase it. Your formation 101 and your formation manual fortified. You see here, they have it up on the screen. It's a lot easier to look at in this way, the 1 through 9 slots and what they're receiving. Now you can click on them and it'll tell you. So we're getting decreased damage from the front 3 rows and 180% HP, and in the back rows we're getting 180% unit attack and 20% damage increase. For me at level 12, you will notice they did remove all of the negatives, so like decreased damage done has been removed out of here, so it's only the positives left over. And you have the same for your assault formation, all the positives. And then we have a new third formation, which is the defense formation. If we look at this, you can see where you're going to go up to for the next level. It looks like it's just increasing your HP by 2% for every level that you go up. We do have a new formation manual defense. So I would say it's going to be worthwhile if you can pick up formation manuals, especially the selection boxes, or if you have any of those laying around, to get up a few levels of the defense, because you're going to get more rewards quicker out of this than maybe waiting for another 200 of your formation manuals up here. But you'll notice if you click in the middle, it stacks up all of your rewards from all 3 of those formations, and all 3 of them are present at the exact same time. So you don't need to choose between attack, defense, or the kind of in the middle now. The fortified formation is kind of the split. We got a pure defense, a pure attack, and the fortified formation is kind of sitting there in the middle. But all 3 of them are present at all times on your formation, so you don't have to worry about it. Any increase you get is going to increase all your other ones, so it makes it worthwhile to increase all of them equally now, rather than what some people were doing before, which is only increasing their assaults, because you use all 3 of them now. They're all 3 present at all times. You can see all the stacked effects that you're going to get from each of your zones. This is going to kind of change a lot of things too with how we set up our marches. We're probably going to have a separate video on that. How you use heroes, where you put your heavy trooper, which one of these you're going to try to designate as your shark unit that gets replaced, how you're going to attack and defend. There's going to be a lot of small changes that come up as part of this, and you'll see now if we look at it, actually our middle row is one of the least buffed up middle rows, so that's going to hurt us with people like Maximo. Our front row is super buffed up now. We got decreased damage taken, increased damage given, we got 186% health, we got 180% attack. So this is going to be huge. The front row is going to be super fortified, so it's going to kind of maybe change what heroes we look at as better too, based on whether they can fire off of the front row. So a lot of things to think about. We're not going to cover those in the video, but you can start thinking about those. All right, next up we have your shark formation itself, and you can actually click on these individuals like we said, and increase them. You'll also see we have a permanent buff attached to this, unit attack 10%, and it will explain to you the blazing reinforcement. By using Formation Shark, you'll unlock the 10th unit slot, the backup slot, formation, blah, blah, blah. And then Tier 5, Weakness Strike. Units that trigger the Blaze Enforcement attack units in an abnormal state, they will receive an additional damage increase. So for your units that do more damage on abnormal states, so like Crimson, or abnormal states can be considered on fire, attack debuff, confused. There's a couple of different ones. So we have a lot of heroes that react differently depending on whether they hit somebody that's on fire or attack debuffed, or Crimson that gets a damage buff on any abnormal state. Then this is going to increase the damage against them at Tier 5. So we're not at Tier 5 yet, but that is something that we're building towards. All right. You can also see here your tier upgrade preview. So if we go from Tier 2, I already have Tier 2, or I upgrade Tier 2. This is one thing I'm not 100% sure about. We got to read all these little icons using Formation Shark, Blaze Reinforcement. So once we get up to level 3, we'll have that Blaze Reinforcement, which is going to be that 10th slot. And again, there's going to be a lot of strategy that goes into this, whether or not you want to use that 10 slot, depending on who you're attacking, whether you're defending, how strong your march is. Because for some people, right, putting that 10th slot of units in is probably just going to be sending an extra stack of units to their death. So going to be things to think about there. And then the Weakness Strike comes at level 5. And these are going to be increased by your Shark holograms. So these are the slightly less rare versions of the Shark item. So these are the least rare formation upgrades. And then you have your Shark holograms. Those are slightly less rare than the Shark resonators, which is going to be increasing your specific slots. So a lot of different stuff to look at there. But the big thing to know is your formations are all applied at the same time, and there's no need to worry about them. And you'll see here, we have a formation. We only got one formation now. We don't have the other ones. They're not gone. They're just packed into this formation along with everything else. So there's only one formation to use right now. Make sure you use it. Go into your formations in your base and set all those up. You'll also see here when 2, 4, 5, and 6 commanders use this formation in a rally, they'll receive an additional damage increase and decrease damage taken respectively. So this is going to be massive for our rallies, and we're going to start looking at using more people rather than less. So right now, a lot of times we run rallies with 4 or 5 people, which would give us 4 or 10% damage increase and decrease respectively. We're going to start wanting to use 6 commanders in our rallies to get that 15%, even if they just send 1 unit or if they're filling up the last rally. So this is also going to change the strategy on our rally formations. Definitely something to think about. And I'll tell you what Formation Shark is. It's level 5, Tier 1, so obviously those are 2 different things that we have to upgrade separately, the level and the tier. All right, you'll see also that these slots are the only ones that's selected now. So it's just the T formation that show the formation. Now that formation is your Shark formation, but don't forget all of these other slots are still getting applied with your normal formation. So as we saw in that 1 through 9 sheet, if we go back to that, those are still receiving bonuses. So just keep that in mind. It's not just that T formation receiving bonuses, but it is also all of your 1 through 9. So all of these bonuses are still being applied. You click this little button here, it'll tell you what the assault does, what the fortified does, what the defense does, and then note on formation attributes. The attributes in the formation technology are permanent and will take effect in battle regardless whether the formation is currently in use. So these are just static increases. They are going to increase your entire march every time, all the time, independent of whether you're using the Shark formation or not, whether you're using the Scorpion when it comes out or not. This is permanent. So this is a giant bump up for all of us, which is why I'm also saying to increase your defense formation, because that's just permanent stat sticks on all of your units all the time. So push all of these forward. It's going to make sense to keep them about the same level. No longer are we going to be wanting to jump to level 15 assault and neglecting our fortified, because we get all of them at the same time. So if you click this middle area, you see what all of your units are going to be getting all the time. And the shark unit is going to be getting overlaid on top of these. So additionally, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 are going to be getting some additional attributes. And you can see that here, shark formation. So all of those slots are going to get an extra 25% attack and 2% damage increase at the current level 5 that I'm at. And it's going to change with the tiers as well. So a lot to think about. Basically, you're just going to want to be collecting the shark information, the shark holograms, resonators, and universal formations, and upgrading this as you can. It's going to change your CP a lot quickly, so just keep that in mind. So your formation upgrade, that's your upgrades. You're just going to upgrade this whenever you can. You get 10 free a day. You can get an extra bunch from the event going on right now. You can also buy an extra 10 per day for $5 from the value store. And then we have the tier upgrade, which is going to be your holograms, and that's going to increase the tier. Once you get to tier 2, it's going to increase all the attacks to 30%. At tier 3, you get blazing reinforcement, which is when you can use the 10th slot. And at tier 5, you're going to get the weakness strike, which is going to kind of synergize with some of the heroes that you have, especially your proc heroes. All right. So that's everything for the new formations. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Hit me up if you have any more questions. Thanks.